down, 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 down. Yep.
No one's watching it. Why is no one watching it?
Where are the people?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Hold up.
Back.
Oh, shit. Okay, wait, we're live. We're live,
We're
everybody.
Oh,
no.
far out,
What
Adam.
happened? What happened?
What happened, Mr. Drifter? What happened? Let's have a look. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 82, Lawnhub, live after lunch, and we're back. There we go. That goes here because we're big dogs now. Brought to you by no water sponsor and snacks.
Nice. We do need a water sponsor. Can we figure that out? We got a few viewers in the chat, but guys, we've got a bit of TD going on right now. We can't go live on Instagram because I need a verification code.
If anyone's watching this and is near Mr. Clint Adams, can you tell him to check his phone, please, so we can get started? Man, I look scruffy. I need a haircut. Dylan?
You going to get one on the weekend, mate?
Probably. Probably not. I hate going. Well, I might cut it myself again.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, lots happened in the last week, Dylan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
You good?
I'm good. Yeah, big week. But, yeah, overall good. Feeling good.
Obviously, I didn't make an appearance last week, so I'm back this week, and VJ's asking, where's the big man? Well, the big man's not here. He is he's having a nice lunch, I think, which he's entitled to, as he's a growing boy. Oh, here we go. My phone just went off. It's my missus saying, yep, you look rough. Thanks, darling.
Nice. Ba-doom-ts.
Thanks, darling. I appreciate it. Let's go. Hopefully,
Oh, hang on. Kira
today.
just messaged me. Would it be possible to go live via her laptop? And I reckon we can. So hang on. We're going to do this.
Okay.
We're going to MacGyver this shit right now, all right? All right, Kira. We're going to lock this shit in. So hang tight, Instagram. You do your thing.
All right.
Let me just do this.
So, yes, Billy Ray, let's go. Hopefully win this mold today. So, we are giving away one of the 17-inch Scott Bonners downstairs today, along with
USP pack.
USP pack, so an ultimate spray pack. So, Lawnhub's here in the racking here. So, there we go. Yeah. So, everything up there minus the two beanies, the mittens, or the earmuffs, and the scarf. And Johnny Warner.
Oi.
Slayers. Hello, Johnny. Skazer. G'day, ladies. Gee, I'll tell you what. I'd be doing a disservice to the ladies if I was a lady. What I'm saying is that women look more betterer than me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I was trying to do something nice.
It worked. It was good, I think.
And then my box supplier just messaged me, you doing the potty today? And I said, in it now. You need a haircut. I do need a haircut. It's not often said by a man that doesn't have much hair. I've been busy. Sorry. Been busy. I haven't eaten, so I'll get away from the mic.
Everyone loves to listen to the boys eat. It's a fan favorite segment of Lawnhub Live after lunch. To be fair, it's normally snack time, like the 2 to 4 p.m. Like that's snack time.
Now, Sky said, "How's the shirt, lads?" I'll be back. I forgot.
Oh yes. Grab him. Let the people know. I'll keep talking. Well, I'm here, and I am not on cam today for no particular reason. Just, there's no pressure then. I can just do my own thing. I can be the Jamie of the Joe Rogan podcast, It's good stuff. Let's see if we got any other chats coming through. Johnny's got laughy face. Emma's croquet on the shelves. Yeah, you might be able to see on the top right the USP pack that's up there. There's a few little accessories for the little guys. Emma, our admin wizard, or witch, wizard sounds better, has crocheted them. And they look awesome. They match the banner that was actually literally pulled down 25 minutes ago. And we're now heading out of winter. So it's not the most relevant, but nonetheless, they are very cool. Let's see. Do we have Instagram Live? Are we rocking, Kira? Is that happening? Chips pretty good. The people didn't hear that, but Jonesy said, "How good are chips?"
Yeah.
And I reiterated
Chips
that
are good.
statement.
Yeah, so Skays, the shirt is good. It's a little bit big. That's because I lost 11 kilos last year. So, well, this year? Last year? It'd be-
well, in between the two.
In 12 months, I've lost 11 kilos. So, Kira says Emma's crochet on the shelves. Yeah.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Oh, sorry, I'll move on. Simon Sharp, Victoria's heading into winter. Yeah, well, believe it or not, the northern suburbs of Adelaide this morning had a tornado warning.
Yeah, legit.
Like, I am 31 years old, and I don't think I've ever been in a situation where the area north of anywhere in Australia, south of Australia, so south part of Australia, I don't remember there ever being a tornado warning.
No. This is first time.
Crazy. There you go. So yeah, we've had hail. We've had, if you're a Family Guy, fan, you would know that Ollie likes to say it's raining sideways, and it's been raining sideways for the majority of the day. So Simon, yes, Victoria and parts of South Australia are definitely heading into winter. I did see some videos from the Flinders Ranges that some of those dry creeks are flowing with water at the moment, which is good to see.
Beautiful, yeah.
So that's going to be an ongoing benefit for the local farmers out there, especially the goats. Lots of goats in the Flinders. All the wildlife. That means at the beginning of spring, just like last season, the Flinders will be in full flower again. So if you are into lots of flowers in the Flinders Ranges, book your tickets. Caleb Hearn, how's that water sponsor going? It's not. We still haven't managed to find one. But if you know any going, please let me know. Dylan Coombe just said two tornadoes confirmed at Craigmore.
Damn.
Fucking hell. Mr. Ben Hallam says, Mr. Jones, how are you going? I'm going well, Mr. Hallam. How is the course looking after all this wind and rain and hail? Oh, did you get the hail? Because we got hail massively here at Direct and as well as back at home. Kira says, hi. Was about 3 seconds from putting myself and jacket on top of my car to hide from the hail. Yeah, it was quite phenomenal, if I'm being honest. Sorry, I've got fucking chips stuck in my moustache.
Attractive.
Flavor saver, they call it. So is Insta...
We're still working on it. I'm pretty sure it's not live. Just checking. We're still working on it.
Still working on Instagram. So if we're over on Insta, I would Nick Lamb, guest idea, get Dougie Bollinger on, check your email, Adam. Okay, I'm checking now. AKA Toupee, that's funny. Yeah, I did see he's working for Coochie Hydro Green. I did see that. Look, I mean, if he wants to come on the pod, absolutely. It would be great to have someone of Dougie's caliber in our presence. We've had some very special guests on this podcast, and he would slip nicely into that. Those who don't know, Doug Bollinger is a former Test cricketer of Australia. So 1 year he was completely bald, and then the next year he had hair. So it was really quite odd, and that was the toupee comment.
Interesting.
And then one of my favourite celebrations of Dougie Bollinger is when he took a wicket and he kissed I'm pretty sure it was the VB badge on his shirt rather than the Australian coat of arms for the, for the Australian cricket team. So
legend.
Sorry, I got Fuck, I shouldn't eat chips. That's just silly.
Silly Billy.
So, all right, Tyler, we've got a sensible question. Oh, the soundboard's not on. Oh, crap.
Oh, no.
Shiver me timbers.
No, but we will have the soundboard next week, I promise.
No
Sensible
soundboard.
question. Sensible
So
question.
when I say something controversial, I can't click the button.
I will be your button.
Okay.
All right. I'll
Because
be
I've got a
everyone.
lot of controversial topics to talk about this week. Lots.
You,
Yeah, lots.
okay. We're getting deep in. Okay.
Deep in the mind of Adam. Tyler, all right, sensible question. Tyler. Afternoon, fellas. Afternoon, Tyler. I have a lawn renovation planned for the first week of October, 5 weeks' time. Is it worth getting my pre-emergent done now, on set 10 or Spartan, or wait until renovation? Tyler, it's completely up to you. It is important to note that if you do put it down now and the renovation occurs, you'll still be protected. There's no evidence to suggest that the coring or scarifying of the lawn will inhibit the protection barrier caused by prodiamine, which is what is in onset and Spartan. So if you've got time and you haven't got silly weather like we do here in South Australia and parts of Victoria, get it down now. You'll be fine. And then just make note of the timing so you know when to apply, ready for the cooler periods to stop that winter grass from coming up. Emma, products with hat look good on the shelf. They do, Emma. We do know someone. If you want the
We've got a connection in the industry.
What would that be? I suppose if you buy a crochet kit, is it crochet? Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You get instructions. Like, is it instructions or is it more of a technique? Emma, let me know. I'm always looking to improve my knowledge. You know, it's not like you're putting a piece of Lego together. Like, put two spaces over one. Like, I'm assuming there'd be a different whole, rhythmic.
Would there be technique? Like,
Technique,
there would be a technique.
Yeah. I've got the jacket on today because it's bloody freezing in here today.
It's chilly.
You know,
it's normally
it's normally
a
boiling
desert
hot,
in here.
yeah.
The cameras overheat.
Actually, I do have a bit of a gripe, Dylan.
Do tell.
I come up this morning and it was 12 degrees up here, right? I turned the heater on, or so I thought I did. Went downstairs, did some things, come back up. The bloody aircon was on.
Oh, no.
It was even colder.
Yeah,
So,
that's rough.
sorry. All right, Caleb Hearn. I put the golf course pack. That's right. It's called the golf course pack now, isn't it, Dylan?
It is called
Yeah,
the golf course
yeah.
pack. It is.
Yeah. I nearly through muscle memory called it something else, but yes. Sorry. I put the golf course pack, almost did it again. All right, let's start again. I put the golf course pack on my shelves to see how it would look. I just need a man, woman, woo them to run the showroom. Dylan will do it. He knows people that can organise that.
I got people in places.
Emma said you get a pattern for crochet. There you go. You get a pattern. Dylan's obviously trying to get Instagram on.
Instagram's on.
Instagram's on. Okay.
We're back.
So
We're
you got
on.
the questions from Instagram?
I do.
Like if you have the live
can.
chat up, can you do that? Otherwise my phone goes flat. I need a new battery in my phone, but I don't want to buy a new phone. I don't want to go on a new plan because I got a SIM only plan and it's really cheap. I get
Cool. No, really good story. Anyway, Instagram, we are live now,
Yeah,
so apologies for the technical difficulties. We needed a code, but Kira came in clutch with the idea, so we're back.
I don't even know what we're talking about. What were we talking about?
Golf course pack,
Nah.
crochet,
Emma said you get a pattern.
get pattern. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting all the chips out of my teeth. Water sponsor. VJ, how is the new Furt machine going? VJ, we had a bit of a mishap yesterday. I'm Ron Burgundy. Or was it Wednesday? What day is it take? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday? I think it was Wednesday. We had a bit of a mishap. So turned it on and it was working fine for the first 25 buckets. Then it stopped working. Nothing was working. None of the gears were working. The vibrating plate wasn't working. And the bucket separator was. And everything wasn't working. The only thing that was working was the conveyor, which in hindsight, that's the only thing that and some other things run off electricity. The rest is off air. They didn't turn the air compressor on, Dylan. So there was enough air in the tank to do 25 buckets, and then
and that's it.
depleted it down to 0.0 bars. So there's not a single piece of air left in the system. Turn the air compressor back on, and within 15, 20 seconds, back to full operation.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
This is how you learn, right?
Yeah.
This is.
So when we do our bucket machine reveal in action, which hopefully we can film that next week, because we had 24 more ton of fertilizer rock up to on top of the tonnage that we already had here. So it is busy. The season started. We will show off the air compressor because it's no little air compressor. Or I don't even know if you've seen it, Dylan.
No.
You've probably seen it, but have no idea what it is.
I can't.
It doesn't look like it. Well, because when I heard air compressor, I thought, those things that super cheap on a wheel, like you got a handle and a wheel, and like what we got at Dry Creek underneath the sink. Yeah, I just thought we're going to
that's what I'm picturing.
Yeah, no, it's not that. Not that at all.
Okay.
So, we'll show that off. We'll show it off we'll show the machine off and the final goods, and it works really well. And even we had some troubles yesterday with one of the conveyors, all teething issues, and this is all part of the process. We still managed to break a record. How many buckets? So there's a lot of stop-start yesterday, and we broke the record.
Yeah, nice.
Yesterday.
Yeah, that's a really good sign.
I guess in that term, VJ, it's going very well, and it's very exciting. I think I put it on the story yesterday or the day before. Can't remember. All the days are forming into one at the moment. So,
Fair.
All right, Oliver Tomlinson. Hey legends, second season of rescuing an old buffalo lawn at my place. I have broadleaf weeds under control, but the pre-spring warm-up has left a small amount of rye go wild. I have Duke. Do I bother getting it out, or do I let it simmer and take it? Let summer take it out and rip into the pre-emergent next winter. Cheers, Oliver. That is decision that you'd need to make. Ryegrass, depending on how it got there and the cultivar and the species it is, will more than likely survive the summer if it has optimal growing conditions. For example, we're probably not going to spray the rye out the front this summer.
Okay.
We're going to try and push it for as long as we can, mainly for stripe appeal. And we've got some things coming up as well that we can talk about at a later date. So having the ryegrass there is going to be a benefit for a period of time. So it'll probably serve its purpose. And what I was getting to is that ryegrass will be fine out the front, because it's going to be fed, it's going to be watered. I suspect that your buffalo is going to be fed and watered as well. So the ryegrass will probably still have a chance at holding on. So in that case, I'd probably look at spraying it out. If you've got Duke, like you've said, use a surfactant like wet. Was it 10 mil? 10 mil per 5 litres of water. So when using wet as a surfactant, it's 10 mil per 5 litres of water. That'll help the Duke stick to the leaf of the ryegrass, as it is quite waxy and loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey.
Nice. Vemjum says hi from Adelaide. Hi, Vemjum.
Hi.
You'll be experiencing all these crazy weather patterns, and the blinds in front of me are all shut, so I can't see what's going on out there. But there's a dark cloud coming over by the train line. Yeah, we're about to get.
We're about to lose power.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there was no power on my way to work today. Turning right off Tapley's Hill to Port Road.
Yeah.
That was a bit chaos.
Fuck. That would have been people
good fun though.
Running around like headless chooks.
Yeah, it was a few people, like you'd go in groups and then like you kind of just figure it out. But then a couple that were like, "What are you doing?" Just like you can tell,
just send it.
Don't go yet.
Mm.
I do have a question, an Instagram question from Is This Even My Handle? A classic returning viewer. Hey boys, I've been pondering something, so figured why not ask the best in the business? Why isn't residential hydro seeding common here like it is in the USA? So too the usage of lawn plugs.
Yeah, two great questions. Hydro seeding is done very much commercially, and it is done commercially here in South Australia as well, mainly on embankments of like highways to help with erosion. I suppose it's all weather dependent. Now, in the US, they have a transition zone, so their country is situated a little bit higher. Yeah, a little bit higher than Australia on the map, on the atlas. Is that right, Dylan?
Sorry, say that
So
again.
Australia, like if you were to put Australia and the US on a map, Australia's here, but the US is a little bit higher.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
it's a little bit higher than Australia. So they have a lot more cool season grass in the US. And like even when we were in California in January, February, which is their winter time, California, which is like sort of, or LA, sorry, is sort of on the middle to lower part of the US, but on the west coast, all those lawns were ryegrass and fescues and things like that, which was surprising to me because I thought California, being, you know, the OC, all that sort of shows, it'd be all warm season grass, but it wasn't. So there's a lot more demand for cool season grass, and hydro seeding is a great way to be able to do that efficiently. Is, you know, you mix in the cubes of paper or mache, whatever it is. You put the seed in and you do the hose and you spray it out. You can of course do that with warm season grass. However, warm season grass requires a lot more warmer soil temps for an extended period of time. So you're looking between that 18 to 24 degrees Celsius in the soil for at least 14 to 21 days before you start seeing germination, whereas a ryegrass can come up in 3 to 5 days in the right conditions as well. I suppose I'm just going around in circles here. Hydro seeding is done a lot here in Australia, but it's not done as much in the US for reasons I've just discussed. And there's 360 million people in the US and there's 27 million here. So, you know, as a percentage, it might actually be quite similar, the amount of hydro seeding that's done versus the US as a percentage of population, but I don't have any data or any evidence to back that up. Now, plugging is starting to become a lot more popular and common in the residential space. You can see it on the lawn pages. There's a guy that grew his whole Tiff Tough lawn over a season through like, I don't even know how many plugs it would have been, but it was hundreds and hundreds of plugs, and they eventually crept in and binded together. That's becoming more common. You know, there's for years there was only in the residential space the Pro Plugger, which you'd have to buy from the US, and then Amazon AU imported a whole bunch from the US, and then they were commonly available here. And then just like everything else in the world, once a good product gets a hold, or once a larger company gets a hold of a good product, they start mass producing and cutting the cost. And now their Pro Plugger equivalent is now available at many hardware stores around Australia. So with that education, what they can do, it is becoming more increasingly popular. I mean, I've done it at my place. I've done it at my old man's place as well to help fill in bare areas. It just takes time is all. And if Clint says it all the time, but if you've got the time, then do it yourself. If you don't have the time, pay someone to do it. And in this situation, like if you had a big bare area and you didn't have the time, you just pay for someone to do rollout turf, right? You know, and you know, Ervo's lawn was grown from Tiff Tough cores as well. That's way back in the YouTubes. That's 3.5 years old, that video ish, I think. So it is done. It's just, again, it's all percentages. Hopefully that answers the question. I feel like I've just gone on a bit.
No, it was good. That was
bit of
good.
a tangent there.
We've just got another one here by Gerald Tan saying, "Hey mate, do you have stockists in Perth?"
We've got 2 stockists in Perth. One moment. I just want to make sure I give the right information. We've got 2 in Perth. Well, actually, no. So we got, I don't know how close they are to Perth, but we've also got one in Esperance as well. They did an order not long ago. Okay, so that doesn't look good. Why is that not working? Well, anyway, this should be working, but it's not. But I'm pretty sure it's Joondalup and Bunbury. So Joondalup is north of Perth. Let me just double check that. I think it's Joondalup. Rose would know off the back of her hand because she does all the Total Tools. Yeah, so Total Tools Joondalup is probably the closest stockist to Perth at the moment. If you have a Total Tools close to you that doesn't stock Lawnhub, get onto them. So we can get more access to Lawnhub for people around Australia. Sorry, my screen's just blown up. There's crap everywhere. Yes. All right. Yeah, Joondalup is probably the closest one to Perth. Total Tools Joondalup. And I think that's how you say it. Sounds about right.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Any more?
Yep. Brent Meister 17. Without the current rain, is it warm enough yet for a celloprine and barricade applications?
Yep. We actually did a video today about celloprine.
6 p.m. tonight.
6 p.m. tonight. So celloprine needs to be in the soil before the larvae begins to hatch. Once the larvae begins to hatch and starts to cause damage, it's too late. So celloprine will last for 6 months. I'd be looking at getting my celloprine down. I don't know if we got the weather for it this week, but it will be within the next couple of weeks. Probably should have done it already, if I'm being completely honest with you. We did have a warm spell the other week here where all the trees started to bud and flower, but they've not progressed any further because of whatever this psycho weather is. But yeah, get them down.
Gerald Tan said, Joondalup will be the closest to me. Cheers.
Done.
Nice.
Yeah, they should have stock. Their order was pretty recent, so otherwise down to Bunbury or go down to Esperance. There's a she was the Kayla.
What, the girl?
Farm and General Co, I think.
Don't know.
Yeah. Anyway. Lots happening. All right. I got all the questions if you haven't got any more.
Bro.
Wow. Lots. All right. Vemjam, did Duke 2 weeks ago, Trojan BBW last week. Can I put down a Celloprint Spartan this weekend? Absolutely, if the weather permits. Billy Ray, can you explain the tombstone application? All right. Let's get the label up. So I'm not making any false, because I don't need another letter.
We need the "this is financial advice" button. But when you get the exact label.
All right, so we've got, there's a lot of information there. So for preventative control of anthracnose, brown patch, winter fusarium, and helmo, and those other ones that I can't pronounce, for preventative control, apply on a 21 to 28 day interval when conditions are favourable for the disease development. For curative control, apply on a 14 to 21 day interval. For brown patch control, apply sufficient irrigation to wash tombstone duo into the crown and upper root zone. Basically what that's saying is if you haven't got any disease but you know you'll have disease conditions coming, apply on a 21 to 28 day interval. So that means, if you're about, a couple of weeks out from, some weather conditions that are going to favorably suit those diseases, then spray them out. And then again, 21 to 28 days later, if they're still around, continue that. And then for curative control of those mentioned diseases, so the anthracnose, brown patch, winter fusarium, helmo, and those other two I can't pronounce, apply on a 14 to 21 day interval. So you've already got them, so you'll do an application, get it in, and then 14, 21 days later, do it again. But it does make note here that if you're treating brown patch, to apply sufficient irrigation to wash tombstone duo into the crown and upper root zone. So as we know, brown patch is a soil-borne disease that stays there in and amongst the crown and the upper root zone. So for ERI, So for dollar spot, that will pretty much. It's the application rate that's different. So, dollar spot's the same as the anthracnose brown patch, winter fusarium, helmo, and those other two in terms of the application timing, just different rate. And then, for ERI, make monthly preventative applications in 3 months preceding the disease season. Apply irrigation to wash tombstone into the root zone. So that's essentially saying that, we know that we get ERI or brown patch or, those sorts of diseases. Matt got it last year or he got it again this season, leading up to the cooler months. So we're, making it monthly preventative applications going into it. Hope that makes sense. There's a lot there. Sometimes they can get a bit confusing, but it's, they're there for a reason. And then it also makes mention to the turf nutrition. So the product, tombstone acts very rapidly. There's 2 active ingredients in there. Acts very rapidly where turf is at a low nutritional status. A slight yellowing may be seen. This will be corrected with nitrogen fertilizer application where possible. So where possible, it is recommended that a fertilizer program should precede the fungicide application. So just keep that note as well, and the resistance warning. So we obviously talk about it a lot in regards to disease and weed resistance. So make sure you rotate your groups from year to year. A lot going on there.
Nice.
Caleb Hearn says, think I can have a job. I'm thinking co-operations manager. Well, then what would I do?
Will you be co?
Well, I don't want to be co.
Well, that's the conversation.
I like being busy all the time. Keeps my head going.
No, fair.
Helps me sleep at night, being really busy.
Mm.
I don't know, Caleb. Send me your resume. See what we can do. We actually rolled out a really exciting thing this morning to help with our packing. So that was really exciting. That's been what feels like a 3.5 year project. We finally rolled it out today, and so far so good. Obviously, there's going to be teething issues and there's going to be hiccups and there's going to be problems, but we'll deal with them as a group and we'll work through it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Daryl Hartley, do your soil tests take into consideration the critical levels for specific turf types, or are they based off traditional grazing pastures like Kaiku? Daryl, the soil test doesn't really take into consideration any specific turf types. It's just a generalized range of what's optimal for turf. So, if that's what you're asking, but what it will give you is obviously those 13 elements or whatever it tests for. It gives you a scale on sort of where your soil is at. Now, again, there's things that we've been talking about for ages and ages, but soil health is obviously important. And there's products out there, but it all depends obviously on your soil report and your results. So, I think I understand what you're asking, but no, it's not. If you mention in the soil test that this is out of my Zoysia australis or whatever, the soil test won't come back with these are the optimal levels for Zoysia australis. If that's what you're asking, it'll just be a generalized report, but it will obviously give you feedback on what you're high, low in, and good in. Benjamin said, I use plugs to repair spots. Yep, beautiful. Josh Knott, g'day legends, g'day. Nath Mandarang, g'day dudes, g'day Nath. Jake Carter, Total Tools Victoria, do they have stock yet? And if not, when? There's a lot of Total Tools stores in Victoria that have stock. It's a case of wherever you are situated, and I understand that not everyone is happy to give out information on the interwebbies, but Tullamarine, they've got stock. Who's this? Caroline Springs. There's looks like we need to get to this because there has been a few more added since then, I believe. But yeah, there's There's quite a few in Victoria. Ballarat. But yeah, just as a case on wherever you are living. Acelepryn Spartan, can it be applied same day? Granular Acelepryn. I have in the past, and there's nothing on the label suggesting otherwise. It just says that Spartan cannot be applied with granular fertilizer. So send Adams my limited edition Lawnhub Legend set. The colour is awesome. It is very goodly. Vemjam, went down to All Make Mowers and got a new rotary this week. Great guy. Yes, All Make Mowers have a. Oh, sorry. I'll get back, Mr. Mumbles. I didn't. Sorry. Skays. Sorry, I'll get back to that. Benjamin went down to All Make Mowers and got a new rotary this week. Great guy. Yes, the team at All Make Mowers are more Edwardstown there have been Lawnhub stockers for coming up 4 years now, and they are one of the most enthusiastic resellers that we have. They're always willing to work with us, and we're willing to work with them. So they do have a spring open day, which there's going to be myself there. I'm going to head down. They're also going to have sales on steel as well as the Lawnhub stock they've got in stock there. And Mowmaster are also going to be there. So it's going to be a good morning. And yeah, Shannon and his crew do a great job down there. So congrats. All right, let's have a look. Skays.
I got a gram.
Oh, look, it's my head on the screen, and I hear the fuck yeah, Skays. Looking good, man. Oh, fuck, what did I just do? Oh, shiver me timbers. All right, I'm back. Yes. Go, Dylan.
Sam Ulrich.
Yep.
Is it okay to use Trojan in this weather? I have an event in 2 weeks, so I want the grass looking good.
In this current weather, there's so much rain that's falling where we are, and if you're experiencing the same amount of weather where it's raining sideways, there's lots of water, there's hail, that to me is considered to the point of water runoff. So I would not be applying any granular or liquid or anything for that matter in this weather. I would hold off until we don't have torrential downpours forecasted. Then I'd get some Trojan down. In saying that, the soil temps are going to take a while to bounce back now after what we've just experienced today and the last few days. So if you have a warm season grass variety like Cooch, Cuckoo, all those sorts of things, Buffalo, a granular application is not going to be as efficient this week as it was maybe a couple of weeks ago. However, if you have a cool season lawn, granular fertilizer is kicking in. We put Trojan out. Obviously, last week's YouTube video was a bit of a cleanup and a mow. We fertilise the front lawn, and it's a different lawn now, isn't it, Dylan? Yeah, the ryegrass has really taken to the Trojan application. So, yeah, just a couple of things there considered. If the lawn is green and you've got an event coming up in a couple of weeks, like you said, and you do have a spray window, I'd be looking at Money Shot just to try and boost a bit of colour. But if the lawn is dormant, then, you're not going to see much, unfortunately. Any more? Sorry.
Yanni says, change your event date, lol. That's too Sam, I'd imagine.
I assume so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't organise it. So all right, Malcolm McCardle. In Townsville, I just got Sir Walter turf, but because of the turf farms being flooded at the start of the year, it's 50-50 cooch. Oh, what's the best way to get the Sir Walter to take over? Oh, Malcolm, were you aware that it was 50-50 cooch? Because, you're just going to have a hybrid of cooch and Sir Walter for however long you're there. There's no easy way to get cooch out of buff. There's an easy way to get buff out of cooch, but there's not an easy way to get cooch out of buff. Did you know you were going to get cooch in your buff? Because if you didn't, I'd bring that up with a turf farm. Yeah. If it is Sir Walter, that's a Lawn Solutions turf farm. So that comes with its benefits as well. You can ring them and say, hey, this has happened. They'll be more inclined to help you out. The ones here in Adelaide are, that's for sure. Skays. I'd do a jar test before a soil test. After that, I'd do a soil test. Linda Laycock. My closest Total Tools is a 3-hour round trip. Looking forward to it coming closer to Davenport, Tassie. Is there a Total Tools in Davenport, Tassie? I've been to Tasmania twice, and once I was too young to remember, and the other one I was there just to play cricket. So I'm not sure where Davenport is in regards to Hobart or anything like that. Apologies. And Ben gets, what is an ideal time frame between Halo Force applications? I don't actually think the label makes mention to the next time. Let's have a look. So Halo Force is now also known as Sedge Pro or Pro Sedge. No, Sedge Pro. Forgot what my products are called, Dylan. That's not good, is it? Yeah, I did, I think. But I think it would be in line with NSFW, every 6 weeks if Pro Sedge. Yeah, that's what I said, didn't I? Pro Sedge. Why didn't it come up?
You spell it wrong?
Must have. Oh, there's so much more information on this label. Yeah, it doesn't really say. So I'd spray, and I wouldn't be spraying every 2 to 3 weeks or anything like that. I would hold out, but I would have thought within, it does say here in 7 to 10 days you'll start to see symptoms of die off. But I'd almost stick with, just for resistance warning, I'd stick with every 6 weeks, if you need to. If you find that Halo Force and that active ingredient is no longer working on nutgrass or Mullumbimby cooch or anything else that it targets, you may need to look at something else and rotating. But yeah, I would look at every 6 weeks if required. Linda says Davenport Total Tools is currently in the building process. Well, there you go. So, Linda, when Total Tools Davenport opens up, and if they don't have any Lawnhub, get in there and say, hey, the people of Davenport want the Lawnhub. Isn't that right, Dylan?
That's right.
Okay, so Malcolm said he did know and got it at a discount. This is the Sir Walter with the cooch. But they told me the Sir Walter would take over when the weather heated up, but it looks like the opposite is happening. Yeah. I mean, Buffalo compared to cooch, if you did them side by side, cooch would be a faster growing lawn variety in the right conditions. Yeah, that's difficult. But again, in the right conditions, Buffalo can grow quite quickly, but in my experience, cooch grows faster than Buffalo. So, yeah, that's really tough. And I hope it was a good discount, Malcolm. Otherwise, you can always handpick it, which is going to take time. You could paint the cooch with a paintbrush and glypho, making sure that you don't get any on the buff. Yeah, it's tough. It's a real tough one, unfortunately, there, Malcolm. We're 15 minutes away from drawing the winner of the USP and the Moe.
USP and the Moe.
So, what was that guy's name again? Jared. I'll get him up for the Lawnhub draw.
You let me know when you're ready. I've got a question for you.
Yep. I was just getting the draw up. There we go. Yep.
So, on Instagram from Benny Zaj, why does it say to use 50 ml of NSFW with 2 litre to 5 litre of water? How do I know whether to go more on the lower side or higher side of the variation?
That is a great question, and one that is asked every single day, and it's an easy one to answer. So, when you are spraying herbicide, or if you're spraying a liquid fertilizer, a wetting agent, anything that requires spraying, you need to calibrate the sprayer that you're using. Now, the range in which NSFW can be sprayed in is, 2 to 5 litres, right?
Yeah.
So essentially that's saying that in between 2 to 5 litres, the active ingredients are going to be at their most, I suppose, potent in terms of weed effectiveness or weeding effectiveness, all those. If you go too low, it'll be too strong, but if you go too high, it could be a little bit, it could be not as good. So 2 to 5 litres is the range. Now, how do you know how much water to use is a great question. So if you need to calibrate your sprayer. So whether you've got a pump sprayer, like a 5 litre pump sprayer, or a 10 litre backpack sprayer, or something that you hook up to your mower and you put it on the tow behind, you need to calibrate your sprayer. Now, in order to do that, there's a couple ways of doing it. You can mark out an area in your lawn, whether that's, 10 square meters. So what's that? What's 10 square meters? 10 square meters would be like 3 meters, 3.3 meters by 3.3 meters. So just a little area. That's 9.99 recurring square meters, but thereabouts. Peg it out, or you can put cones out or whatever, and you fill your sprayer with water. Now, if you have 100 square meters and you do this test on 10 square meters, what you want to do is in NSFW, you don't want to overlap, but what you would do is you'd fill the sprayer up and then you would spray the 10 square meters in one direction. So up, back, without overlaying. And then you record how much. So you record at the beginning how much water you had, then you record at the end. So if you've used 500 mil, for example, in that 10 square meters, then you do 10 times 500. Yes, and that'd be 5,000, which would then be 5 litres. So you know that to cover 100 square meters, because that's how big your lawn is in this situation, you need 5 litres to cover that area. Now, some people walk faster, some people walk slower, some people use different nozzles. That is all needs to be factored in. So calibrate your sprayer, and then you'll know exactly how much water you need to cover your lawn area.
Nice. Which we have a YouTube video.
We have few YouTube
on the channel.
YouTubes. Yeah, we have a few YouTube videos on that. Yeah, check them out. If you can't find ours, there's plenty of videos out there on the interwebs as well of it. But cannot stress enough the importance to calibrate your sprayer to ensure that you don't waste product and ensure that you have enough water.
Cool. He said that all makes a lot of sense. Thanks a lot, fellas.
No worries. That's what we're here for.
Nice.
Any more questions?
That's all I've got.
What about any through on the Insta story?
Do you want to, because I've got the live up. Are you able to have a look?
Yeah, I can do that. Oh. Sorry. So many emails. All right, we'll get on the interwebbies. Turn the volume down. Good to see Josh Shelley on the bike there. Up rash. All right, here we go. Oh, we got some.
Hey, all right. The season's starting, mate. The season's starting. Sunday.
All right, Darren Schwartz. Can I apply Tombstone now, before, or after Spartan? Darren, if you're experiencing disease pressure, I would get the Tombstone down first. If you're not and you're just doing it as a preventative, you need to weigh up what you'd rather prevent first. Would you rather prevent the summer weeds, or would you look at preventing the disease? So once you answer those questions, then you'll have your answer. And then he also said, how does the Tiff-Tuff look at direct at the moment? Well, it's oversown with ryegrass and it looks really good. Looks really good after a cut and a feed last week, and lots of water today and yesterday. Cam Doherty 93. Hey legends, how much should I water the lawn after lawn reno? So you want to increase your watering a little bit. So just enough. And if you've gone severely, you've gone real hard on the reno, then, you want to keep the water up to it. You don't want the top layer of the soil drying out for too long. So you just want to up the watering enough during that period. So it's just damp enough that it's not drying out, but it's not wet enough that it's soaking wet. Until you start to see recovery come back, that's when you can back your watering off. Jack Baz 90. Hey lads, Trojan now or when I do my reno in October? Just done pre-emergent with wet in Brisbane. Great question, Jack. And again, that's in line with the how much water do I put in my sprayer question. One we get asked a lot and pretty much every single day. I have this theory, this belief that fertilizing before reno, have the fertilizer active in the soil, the lawn actively growing. When you go to do the reno, the lawn is already actively growing because it's actively feeding, and you'll get a little bit quicker repair time. So I'm always a couple of weeks before a reno, get some fert down. Hope that helps. And Adam Golding 4, should I apply pre-emergent before applying NSFW? Adam, my answer will be very much in line with Darren. What are you looking to do? If you've got current weeds that NSFW will target, then I would look at getting rid of them first, or spraying them first, then applying a pre-emergent. However, if you're really eager to stop the summer weeds from coming up, then I'd apply a pre-emergent and then spray NSFW after. So spray NSFW at a later date. They need to be separated for best results. 5 questions, Dylan. Haven't had that many on there in a long time. We're famous.
We are famous.
Yeah. Sorry.
7 minutes.
7 minutes. So you got 7 minutes to ask questions. And Ado Awasomo. Fuck, I have not seen.
Oh, yeah.
Ado or Somo. Hey man, or hey woman. Not sure. Can't really see in that photo. I don't know what that image is. It's like someone's laying in a pool thing, but it like a pool bed, but it's on a lake. Anyway, so 7 minutes.
Got one from Coops 966.
Yeah.
Does NSFW cover all weeds in Buffalo?
No, it won't cover all weeds. It will cover majority of your broadleaf weeds, your common broadleaf weeds. If you have something like wintergrass, buffalo, did you say?
You said buffalo?
Yeah, wintergrass, you're looking to control that. You're looking at something like Polcheck or David Grove's wintergrass killer. If you have onion grass, for example, had a very good image of onion grass actually come through this week. See if I can find it, because I had a feeling it was onion grass by the way that it was growing and the way that it was growing and the way that it looked after it was mowed. And have a look at this. So yeah, weed ? That was the title. Yeah. So yeah, all right.
Yeah, he said I was texting earlier this week. Owen Mannix, Van Steege says, I got my order from you guys today. I was really happy of how quick it came. Thank you. Nice.
Yes, that is fantastic. So look at this photo of onion. Oh, look at that. So that's why it's called onion grass. So shout out to Jace for sending this in. But these are little onions. All right. And it grows up, and so this is what it was doing after a cut. It was getting really stringy. Now I remember Dad had it at his house when I first started at Lawnhub, and the sharp cylinder blade wasn't cutting it properly, and it was doing that. And that's, sometimes it helps to help. Like sometimes it's helpful to to rely on your own personal experiences, because, despite what people think, your personal experience is real, right? So it doesn't matter if you have a qualification or not. That's what happened to me at Dad's house. So that was me remembering. That looks like onion grass. And of course it looks like onion grass as well. But then, boom, there they are. That's pretty cool, eh? That's a great photo. Thanks, Jace. So
that's one for the book, I think.
That is one for the book. Now the book talks, I think they were back on track, and then what's the saying, Dylan? Shit hit the fan. So, yeah.
Yep.
There might be just a text version of the lawn plan.
We will be working on it alongside many other projects. Yeah. But we will make sure to get that through.
Yeah. So yes, that was great picture. So thanks for that, Jace. Really appreciate you sending that through. Josh Knott, I have grass that has been cut up and relayed after irrigation install. What's your thoughts on putting down barricade? Yeah, not in those areas, Josh. Not in those areas. If you do want to put barricade down, I would just keep it away from those areas, but not in the areas that are trying to grow back. 3 minutes, Dylan. No more questions?
Nope.
Well, we can talk about the first controversial topic of the pod.
Of the pod?
Yeah.
What's that?
What the fuck are the All-Australian
Okay.
selectors
Wait.
doing?
Let's slow down. We've got 3 minutes.
Yeah. All I need is 3 minutes.
All right, you go.
Yeah.
You go. All right, done.
What the fuck were they doing? Like,
Talk to me about it.
how does Josh Waller not make the side? Wazza has been statistically one of the best backmen of the year, as have a lot of the other, well, at least 4 of the All-Australian back 6. At least 4 of them were statistically some of the best backmen. But my gosh, Dylan was missing out on All-Australian is just comical. And then, like, Jeremy Cameron, when he was announced captain, thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I saw that.
How does Daddy Dorse, not get All-Australian captain after being voted by his peers to be the best captain? Like, it's just, I think that further validates that the All-Australian is just a boys' club, really. Like, the selectors must have been, I don't know, on the glass Barbie for the majority of the year. And because it's just, it was disappointing, if I'm being honest. And the look on Jeremy Cameron's face was like, that ain't right. Now, you read the comments, oh, but Buddy was captain of the side, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but Jeremy Cameron even said, I've never been a captain of anything. Like, and I know and look, in hindsight, and at the end of the day, it's a fake team. It's not a real team. It's never going to go out there and run and play another side. Like, yeah, I think hashtag justice for was very valid last night, to be honest. Yeah. In saying that, congratulations to Jordan Dawson and Riley Thilthorpe for making the All-Australian team. It's Dawson's second jacket and Riley Thilthorpe's first. So congratulations.
Yeah. Philly would be stoked.
Yeah, and they stitched him up as well. They got Luke Nankervis's TikToks up of Philly dancing in the gym at the Crows. So you didn't see that?
No.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Okay.
Josh, not given a miss by a metre. Yeah, about a metre would be safe. So, all right, got 1 minute.
Close.
Yeah,
a minute to go.
So this is the USP Weekly.
Do we have a photo of the Scotty we can pull up?
I don't know.
Reference
it's on Facebook, isn't it?
On the screen. Yeah. Yep, it is.
What's the minimum number for the USP?
For the USP, that is 126909.
Yep. And the maximum will be, that's it, 3 o'clock. So that will be the very last order, which is 129180. 129180. So there's an insight to our competitors on how busy we are. What's that? 2,000 would be 2,200 orders.
The draw's a little bigger this week.
It's very much bigger this week. So yeah, so nice little great week this week. So USP Weekly, so I'll put that there. So 126909, is that what you said?
Correct.
And then 129180, which 129180. Yeah, we'll do dramatic.
All right.
This is for the weekly ultimate spray pack.
What do we got?
128380. 128380. 128380. Just want to make sure that's right. 128380. Congratulations, Luke T from Griffith, New South Wales. He ordered a Grow and Blow pack, 200 pack.
Nice.
And it was his first order. So congratulations, Luke.
Well done, Luke. Well done.
Yeah, we'll record that. Let's see if his order's been delivered. It arrived in Sydney this morning at the sorting facility. So I suspect if Ozpost delivers on the weekend, you'll probably see it tomorrow, if not Monday. Congratulations, Luke.
Now.
The big dog.
The big boy.
Back to dashboard. New. Now, this is the Scott Bonner 17-inch.
Fully restored.
Fully restored monthly prize. Now we know the oldest someone placed an order. So I was on the screen at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Do we add his order? It was at 3 o'clock. Do we add his order?
It can always be for next week's.
All right, so before 3, so
month.
before 3 o'clock. So there was an order done at 2:58, and then there was an order done at 3. So that was, well, it gets drawn at 3. So,
well, we didn't draw it in the last one, so we'll have to do it for next.
All right.
The next draw.
Okay, so we know.
So I've got the number.
We know the maximum order is 129180. All right, and what was the starting number?
The starting number is 123314.
123314. Now, not that I don't believe you, but we'll just vet that.
Give that a little
check.
check.
Because we don't want to give away a second mile like we did that time.
Wait till we do that when it's a boat.
So that was done on August 1st at 3:09, that order.
That'll be the one.
So August, yes, that's the, whew. What should we do? Dramatic or epic?
Go on epic for this one. This one is
epic.
valued at $3,800.
Yep.
Fully renovated Scott Bonner 17-inch mower. Get excited, everybody. Create draw.
Okay. All right. So this draw, as Dylan just said, is for the fully restored 17-inch Scott Bonner mower, cylinder mower. This is the monthly draw. So for those of you that are unaware, and there are people, the majority of the people that win these prizes are not aware that there's a monthly prize going on. But in order to be part of this order, you need to have placed a order on the Lawnhub website from the 1st of August from 3 o'clock up until 3 o'clock today. So should we draw it?
Let's draw it. What are the odds? How many we got there?
What's that? That's just under 6,000.
All right, so 1 in 6,000. I mean, that's not terrible. I mean, depending on how many orders you've done, but all right.
So 10 seconds. This is going to be a long one.
This isn't the most hype music here, but drawing.
1, 2, 6, 2. Shit, is that? Oh, no, it's about midway. So 1, 2, 6.
208.
208.
1, 2, 6, 208.
1, 2, 6, 208. 1, 2, 6, 208. All right. So we have Craig F from Two Rocks, Western Australia. Congratulations, Craig. You have won yourself a Scott Bonner fully restored 17-inch mower. Now, I have a mobile number here, so I'm going to go get the Lawnhub phone.
Wait, do you want to do it with a phone that I can connect through here? Or no?
Well, I just have to call from my phone. It'll have to be a private number because it's my personal.
Yeah. Do we want to try that first?
Well,
all right. Well, just run it through that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Okay. He told me to keep talking. Well, congratulations to Craig. We will be running another giveaway to be confirmed. We do have the prizes all sorted. We're just waiting on a few nitty-gritty details to confirm that. But we will be doing another weekly giveaway prize. A little different this month, a little different. So get excited for that one coming out soon on the socials. It'll be the same with the weekly prizes and a grand prize at the end. But that's a huge prize. That's Scott Bonner. I mean, $3,800 mold. Jesus, like, oh my goodness. That is a crazy prize. But yeah, congratulations to Craig and all the winners of the weekly prizes. We love doing giveaways, and we're going to be doing many, many more. Mr. Adam is just calling the winner now to see if we can get him live on the air.
Yeah. Very unfit going up and down those stairs. It's one of my greatest anxieties, is calling mobile numbers off of like a screen, because just in case you do it wrong.
No.
Sorry, let me get my breath back. Here goes nothing.
You want to put on speaker?
Oh,
Or you ask him first. You ask him first.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Hey, Craig, it's Adam from Lawnhub. How are you, mate? That's good. Hey, just quickly. So were you aware that we had a monthly giveaway this month? No. Well, it was for a fully restored 17-inch Scott Bonner, and we just did the live draw and you won. So congratulations, mate. So Toll's here now, so it won't leave today, unfortunately. But what I'll do is I will... Yeah. So real mower with the rollers on the back and everything, so you can stripe up the lawn. I'll send you a photo of it when I go back downstairs. And yeah, congratulations. Well, at the moment they're sitting in our museum, so you can maybe just bring it inside and have it in the living room, be a talking piece or something. So yeah, no worries, mate. Well, yeah, thanks for supporting Lawnhub, and in return, we like to give away stuff, and you're the winner of this month's monthly prize. So beautiful. All right. Well, have a good weekend, and yeah, we'll get that shipped out on Monday. Beautiful. Thank you. No worries, bait. Again, like I just said in the was it the prologue of drawing this?
Mm-hmm.
People don't know that we give shit away.
No.
So
no.
yeah, he said he's not sure what he's going to do with it. But and hence my comment about putting it in the lounge room. So,
Yeah, does he not have a lawn or something? Or?
well, he's got a lawn, but he must just like he must just like a Rotary mower. Who knows? I don't know.
No, fair
But
enough.
it was Craig's second order. And it was for the same thing. 2 lawn care essentials packs.
Nice.
So congratulations, Craig. Where the hell is 2 rocks? Because I feel like this freight is going to cost the amount of the mower.
Yeah, probably.
Here we go. 2 rocks. WA. Oh, that's a great photo of 2 rocks. So it's called 2 rocks because there's 2 rocks. Yeah. Makes sense. Look, it's not that much. It's not that far up from Joondalup. So I don't know. Freight will probably be $500-$600. That's all right. We can deal with that. Cool. Well, congratulations, Craig. And to everyone that entered, thank you. Thank you for your support and entering, and better luck next time. I know we have people here that have done upwards of probably 30 or 40 orders trying to get a prize. So lots of $10 gift cards, which are usually redeemed around the Black Friday period.
Yep, makes sense.
But yeah, so yeah, congratulations, Craig. And what are we giving away next month? Have we not decided yet?
It's not confirmed, so I just spoke to the people. So we'll hold off on that little secret.
There'll be
likely early next week. We'll have those that promotion out on the socials.
We will be doing obviously a weekly prize as well. We haven't determined that yet. But anyone that places an order from now will be part of that draw.
Yep.
So yeah, I suppose if you want to ride the roller coaster of draws and that sort of stuff, then get your orders in. And yeah, Billy Ray. It's from the movie Friday. If you know, you know. I'm not sure what that's in relation to, Billy. I know the movie Friday, but
I got a couple Grammys.
Vemjam says, congratulations all winners, and Clayton Power says, I'm in Perth, ship it to me. Face. Well, Clayton,
what a nice citizen.
if you know Craig from Two Rocks, get in contact with him. You might be able to do a deal. All right.
Maybe.
Shoot it.
Brent Meister, why did my lawn go brown with NSFW when I used it for the first time, but it didn't for bow and arrow?
To be honest, there's so many variables to the time that they were applied, time of year. I'm assuming that if you've used herbicides before, you've calibrated your sprayer and you're comfortable in how much you need to use and all those sorts of things. So, I've had the same. At, where was it? One of the lawns where you just do the same thing and then you do it at the next time and something different happens. It's so many variables, but we do know that NSFW and the likes and everything with those reactives can cause slight discoloration. Was yours to the point where it didn't come back, or because whilst they contain the same actives, they are obviously made different. All formulations are different. And to confirm, it is not bow and arrow. We are not repackaging bow and arrow. That is not the case. We see that a lot. We do not just buy bottles of bow and arrow and just go like this. That's not what happens.
Sounds very expensive.
That'd be very expensive, and there'd be absolutely it'd just be silly.
It would be silly.
But just I suppose, I don't know, the timing of if I can get more information, more than happy to help. Because we're here to help. So
cool. Now, Shipdogs asks, on winter grass, should I just let it die off with the warmer weather and apply the pre-emergent for March/April, or should I spray with winter grass killer after my reno? Will it make a difference?
It's up to you. Like, if you want to spray it out, go for it by all means. If you use a winter grass killer that contains propyzamide, like David Gray's winter grass killer, or Surefire do one as well, propyzamide 500. That actually remains residual in the soil, and any of those winter grass seeds that fall off the dying bunch will actually get caught in the propyzamide as well. So that's something to consider as well. And then definitely get a pre-emergent light prodiamine down for winter. Does a really good job at stopping that winter grass from reappearing. Keep in mind that not all winter grass actually does die over the course of summer. Whilst it does in many areas, some areas it doesn't. So, especially if it's kept regularly irrigated throughout the summer. So, do you have to spray it out? No. But if you want to control it, if you want the best control, I would probably look at spraying it out and then getting a pre-emergent down as well.
Cool. Brent Meister got back and said, it's pretty much come back.
Yeah, okay. It is like we sell, like those three actives are sold commonly amongst, I think last time I checked, there was probably 15 or 16 registrations with those three actives, and they all have the same warning that, discoloration on turf may occur. We had an incident last year where someone unfortunately didn't read the label correctly and applied it when it was stinking hot, and it had a more pronounced effect. But I to be honest, I don't have the answer for you, other than
There's so many variables.
Yeah, so many variables. And even like off of the topic of variables of chemicals, like yesterday, for example, we were trying to install a new printer driver onto our laptop for the printing of labels, and I did all the testing up here and it worked, and went downstairs and didn't work. Like, what happened? Like, I don't know what happened. It's just a variable. I moved it from its natural environment of being upstairs. Like, it's just, I don't know. But all I do know is that, NSFW, bow and arrow, dart, stadium, spearhead, Spalding do one. Surefire do one. So many of those 3 actives, they all have the same warning with, it may cause discoloration. So when it doesn't come back, that's usually a sign that it has been over-applied. But in your case, it's pretty much come back. So it's just been a case that the plant's just had a reaction to it. So, but yeah.
All right. Another from Jimmy Depieri. I'm just about to prepare my lawn renovation. It will be my first time. I've looked at different sand and topsoils, but confused about the right one. What would you say is best?
That's a very common question, and I can definitely relate to that because when I got my first, when me and my partner built our first home, and we went to the landscape yard, I was so overwhelmed, as maybe you are in this situation where there's so many different options available. There's so much information online. There's so much information being shared between friends. It's really difficult to really make a decision. Now, for top dressing, unless you're trying to fill in large gaping holes caused by maybe an excavator or, a tree's been ripped out, you want to replace those large divots or large tire tracks with something as close to the existing soil as possible. So if you did a full reno at the back in terms of like scraped all the soil out and brought new soil in, and it was like an 80-20 sandy loam mix, then if you've got really, dugout areas or, wheel ruts, try and replace that area with the same soil, so an 80-20. When it comes to top dressing, again, so many options, so many variables, so many questions, so much information, but it's always good practice to try and use a wash sand of some description. Now, that might just be as simple as going to your local landscape yard and saying, hey, I want to top dress with a wash sand, or what are the golf courses in the local area using? Because it's not uncommon that the local landscape yard supplies the sand to the golf courses in the local area. It might not come directly from the landscape yard, but it might come from the pit where it's harvested and mined, and go direct to the golf course. But the transaction is facilitated through the landscape yard. So what I'll do in your situation is I'd go to the landscape yard and just say, hey, I'm looking for a washed sand used for top dressing. If they look at you and have no idea what you're talking about, or going things like, why would you do that? Then that landscape yard's probably not the place. They're probably good at selling rubble, mulches, and those sorts of things, and maybe not top dress sand. But I can guarantee that if there's a golf course in your local area, they'll be getting sand from somewhere. And if it's not from the landscape yard, it's directly from a pit. But it is more than likely that the pit it can be accessed by the public at landscape yards. It's just about finding the right one. So with all that information now that I've crammed in there and given you and made you even more confused, for top dressing, always look at using a wash sand. Dylan just gets in on the back of that.
Yeah, I was expecting to.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah. I spaced it out nicely for you. Okay, and that's it for this. What's this called again? Restream. Dylan, I did get a YouTube comment this week that was directed to you. Do you want me to read it? All right. Give it to me good, shorty. Work it like they should. Oh. Yeah. I did, I think. Oh, we just got tagged in a post from Golf Gods. Well, it's now out in the public, but we're stoked to announce that Lawnhub is our hole-in-one sponsor. Fairway to Hell just got greener. Now, here we go. So it was from. Okay, so the comment we got was was on last week's pod, and it was from the Arash as. Still quiet in case you didn't know. Those Shure SM7B mics are needing to be pushed really hard. They need high gain, so a high quality preamp is a must. Try Rodecaster Pro. Now, was my response. And tell me if I did good.
Okay.
That is the piece of equipment we have. I can't speak much about it. I have no idea how it works. Did I do good?
I mean, you're not wrong. That is the equipment you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's shit. This is the equipment you need.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, sweet. Last week we had audio troubles.
Yeah.
So we swapped laptops over and settings were adjusted. And so
Yeah.
it's all fixed now.
Yeah. So I did good?
Oh, you did good.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah. That is the piece of equipment we have.
That's the piece of equipment. So our marketing manager is fucking shit at his job.
Yeah. So,
Call me out.
nah. And like, I didn't click on his channel, but you know, he's got like, I've just clicked on it then. He's got a nice discus tank. Those discus the fish, not the Olympic sport, yeah, of the discus. But he's got some like film style videos. So yeah. Maybe. We got one going, so lol. Yeah, if you know, you know. Mr. Mumbles, hey Adam. Hey Mr. Mumbles. Yeah, so we got that comment. It was a good laugh. Yeah, I thought I responded correctly because I just searched what he said, and I was like, that looks exactly like what we've got.
It is exactly what we have.
Do we have the number 2 or is that the original one? Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. Oh, Instagram is what I was getting at, wasn't it?
The answer to that is that
We've already got it.
we've got it and audio should be fine.
Okay, so I've got Instagram Live up. What I'll do is I'll just unplug my lappy. Now, because that's not plugged in, it's not going to cause static. Is that all right? Okay, because I'm going to have to charge my phone. My Lord. It's always me. Yeah. Now we've got no comments or questions, so I'll continue talking. We also got a comment during the week saying, "Thank fuck, it's almost growing season. This is not a footy channel or something." So, because that's gonna transition nicely into what I'm going to talk about. Dylan, the Adelaide Crows have beaten an AFL VFL record by going from 15th to 1st in a single season. So congratulations to the Adelaide Crows. If you do follow me on Instagram, you would have noticed that I did do a story and I said #jobs not done. So the job is definitely not done. They've still got a month of footy to go. And Max Michaelani should be back. Luke Pedler should be back. And Rash is very close. Very close to being back. I think if the Crows lose on Thursday night, I think he's available for selection for the next game. However, if we do beat Collingwood on Thursday night, I believe he will also be available for the preliminary final. And if we beat Collingwood, then that means that it will be at Adelaide Oval. So it's very exciting.
That is very exciting.
Yes, congratulations to the Crowies, obviously. I'm a huge fan. Can't help it. It's just who I am. I was born into it. I can't help it.
Can't help it.
Very
Born and bred.
passionate. I'm very passionate and vocal when it comes to the footy. Also, side note, friend of the channel, Tex Taylor Walker.
The man.
Congratulations on 300 AFL games, which he will play Thursday night at the Adelaide Oval.
Huge.
He debuted against Collingwood back in 2008, I believe.
You're usually pretty good at that. Do you want to do a check?
Yeah. Can you fact check that for me, please? You know, he was on...
Yes.
Yes.
2009, though.
2009. Oh, so he was drafted in 2008. And then he played his first game
At the MCG?
At the MCG, yep. So congratulations, Tex. He's been there through, you know, the highs of footy and definitely the lows of footy. So it's a fantastic achievement to be playing 300 games at one club player. And yeah, we just like to wish him obviously all the best because this time next week the game would have happened, so we won't be able to send him a live message because the game would have happened. So
That's it.
yes, and Chris just said he's a Broken Hill boy. He is definitely he's a Broken Hill boy. So congratulations, Tex Walker. And I feel like this achievement's been overshadowed by Texas 300. It's also Alex Newbullen's 200th game.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah, great.
So congratulations to Nibbler as well. He's obviously came over from Melbourne after 176 games. So he'll play his 24th game for the season this year for the Crows. And it will be his 200th AFL game. So he's a premiership player at Melbourne. I think I was looking at it the other day. The finals experience that Collingwood have, like the finals games experience that Collingwood have over Adelaide is ridiculous. Like, I think, Tex has obviously played finals. Smithers, hopefully, I'm pretty sure Smithers has had finals experience. Alex Newbullen's obviously won a premiership at Melbourne. And I think maybe 2 others have had finals experience and the rest are all playing finals for the first time. That's wild.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
You know.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
Pressure's on for sure.
So, you know, it's going to be a great game of footy. Did I stuff up in my tickets? So,
yes.
yeah, I thank you, Mr. Clint Adams. He saved the day for me. But long story short, I did not have my most up-to-date Ticketek password in my vault for my computer. It was in my phone, and by the time I got to it, it was too late, and I got kicked out. So I did end up managing getting tickets. Thank the Lord. And before the podcast, Tim Silvers, the Crows CEO, sent us a email, and just an update email, a note from the CEO, and he said this is what he quoted. Now, I can't deny or confirm this, but if it's coming from the CEO, there obviously has to be. Well, it doesn't have to come with any real grounds of truth, does it? But this is what Tim Silvers said. So unfortunately, finals ticketing often generates frustration, and we acknowledge the disappointment felt by some of you over the past 24 hours. The sale process presents some unavoidable challenges for the number of reasons. Put simply, Adelaide Oval only has a capacity of 53,500, and there is obviously far greater demand. What he means by that is I think combined, there's over 170,000 members of the Crows and Collingwood. And the opposition's game are access members, in this instance, Collingwood. So for those that don't know, the final series is owned and operated by the AFL. So there's not a case of the Crows got more members access over Collingwood. We both had access yesterday morning at the exact same time with our barcodes. But this is what Tim Silver's Crow CEO had to say. So Collingwood also have the same opportunity and purchase window to buy the tickets. However, rest assured, far more of you have obtained tickets compared to the Magpies. So I'm assuming that information's been relayed back from the AFL to the clubs, and that said, more Crows membership barcodes were used over the Collingwood, and that'd make sense, in terms of maybe not everyone has the time or the ability to travel over here to Adelaide, but that is exciting because it means that hopefully there's going to be a lot more Crows supporters there than Collingwood. So it's going to be a cracking game, regardless of the result. I want to say this now. I was humble in defeat against Geelong in Gather Round. It was a great game of footy. All that I asked for is just a great contest between the two sides.
I think it will be.
Tim here says that the capacity at Adelaide Oval is 53,500. Well, the Collingwood game last time got 54,000. So I suspect it's going to be very similar. There's always going to be variables to that number, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be my first final that I've ever been to. AFL final, that is. Back in 2017, I was working every second Saturday and working like a dog. So I didn't really. Actually, I was working every second weekend. Actually, I'd work. think it was 10 days on, or was it 10 days on, 2 days off, 4 days on, 1 day off, 10 days on. It was disgusting. It was not good. So, yeah, that was the last time they appeared. And then before that, I was in the early 2000s. I was a Crows member as a kid, but I'd only been to a few games and, yeah, very similar situation. If you weren't a member, it was very difficult to get tickets, I think. So there was no general admission ticket, like there was no general public tickets available. They all sold in the member pre-sale. So, but yeah, regardless of the result, I hope it's a great night next Thursday night. I hope it's a great game of footy. Although I am a one-eyed Crow supporter, I do like the contest of footy. I think it brings the best and definitely brings the worst out of people. Obviously, you know, there was a slight slip up in the Rankin saga, and you know, things do happen in the heat of the moment. But you know, it's not excusing that behaviour, and yeah, wish the community all well, and obviously Ranks as well, because you know, Tim Silver says here in his statement that, you know, what did he say exactly? You know, it's not a reflection of the club or who he is. So, yeah. But no, I'm really looking forward to next Thursday night, Dylan.
It's going to be a great game.
Yeah. And to kick off the 2025 finals campaign. And then you got a game at the MCG on Friday night. You've got Geelong versus Brisbane. That's going to be a crack. There's going to be just 4 cracking games of footy, I think. I don't think... You know, they were talking about it on Fox Footy. I can't remember what the show was, but each top 8 side on their day can beat every single team, like in that top 8. It's really anyone's premiership. Just depends who rocks up on the day.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. Condolences to Western Bulldogs, obviously. Had the highest percentage, had 14 wins, and in past years, that's a shoo-in for finals footy, but not this year, unfortunately. So, yeah. No comments, no questions. Anyone? We're here to talk. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking footy. I was saying to Dylan before, anyone that watched the Legends game last night would have seen that Dan Does Footy, Dan Gorringe, got a bit overzealous, and he flipped the bird 13 times and has been fined by the AFL Integrity Unit $7,500. So,
but the media attention on that is like, he would have done it on purpose.
VJ said, Collywobble or Port Adelaide supporters, which one of them are worse? Look, I think that's, you know, every support base has their supporters that, you know, considered, you know, Dero, feral, you know, passionate, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm sure in instances I've been considered one of those fans where, you know, I've been caught up in the emotion, and that number 32 umpire in the green that always gets us every week at Adelaide Oval just fucking hates the Crows. I'm sorry, I had to say it. He gets them going, you know. Some of my reactions to his calls may have, you know, been interpreted as me as one of those supporters. So, and also shout out to the little group so where we sit are the same, because we're in the members area, there's obviously the same, we have allocated seating, so we have the same seats each game except for the finals. But the guy in front of me, shout out to him, because I was fucking so angry at the Collingwood game for a little bit, and I said sorry to him, and he's like, nah, we're good. And then when the siren went after Dawson marked that ball, and the siren went, and like we're all high-fiving the people next to me, Pete, like we're all going up in arms. So unfortunately, I'm not going to see them on Thursday because we don't get those seats anymore. We will next season if we redeem them. But VJ, Collywobble or Port Adelaide supporters, which one of them are worse? I went to the Port home ground showdown this year, where the Crows won, and the Port supporters were leaving like 10 minutes into the last quarter. Like, I know, all supporter bases have those people, but I don't know. I'm just going to say we're all bad as each other, really. Really. But, yeah, we're all as bad as each other. Yeah. PJ, would you scarify D Thatch before coring or just choose one? If you're going to go all out, 100% scarify and dethatch before coring makes the coring process a whole lot easier. However, if you don't have the time or you can't be bothered, then you can just choose one. That's fine. Yeah, there's no rule in saying that you have to do both, but if you're going to go all out, you can do both. Otherwise, one's fine. Depending on the problem, if your lawn's really thatchy, I would look at doing a scarifier. However, if your lawn isn't thatchy but it's compacted, I'd look at doing coring. Facts.
Tips.
What else did I want to talk about on the podcast today, Dylan? We talked about the All-Australian debacle. Talked about Tex. Talked about the Crows. Talked about Dan Does Footy getting fined $7,500 from the AFL Integrity Department. Who audits the auditors?
And who audits the auditors' auditors?
Yeah, I think that's a question that needs to be asked. Because whatever the Australian, anyway, I'd much rather have a premiership medallion around his neck than an All-Australian blazer. So, yeah, if we can just take 23 premiership medallions, please, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. And Harley Reid commented in Dan Does Footy's comment section saying BSP and account details. So shout out to Harley Reid, who's probably going to. Well, I mean, what that video that Dan posted was very clickbaity. It's obviously a snippet from his podcast, so who knows? It might be a joke, but if it's not, that is a fucking joke. Okay, playing devil's advocate, Dylan. It's not a good look. I understand. It's not a good look, but it's also just a bit of tongue in cheek. So I can understand how it can be interpreted the other way. But then the AFL decided they want to sign Snoop Dogg, but everything goes out the window, So double standards. You either follow one line and stick to it, or you don't stick to any line and you just do what you want. But don't say you're sticking to one line and then do whatever you want. That's and we all know I don't like Port. You're either a Crows fan or a Port fan in Adelaide if you're that inclined. But Ollie Wine's getting 3 weeks for that bump. Game's gone. I thought it was a well-executed bump. Did you see it? Literally just bumped him. And the bump, because Ollie Wines is a solid unit, I don't believe he made contact with the head. I just think it was he chose to bump and he got concussed. 3 weeks. What? Because Ollie Wines is a solid unit, he can't go bumping people. Anyway, this podcast's really going nowhere now. All the questions have died up unless you've got them.
I got nothing.
Got nothing? Yeah. Well, if that's it, might go get a haircut. Might go get a haircut.
Nah, all good.
All good in the hood. Do you use that AI function in Facebook Messenger much?
No.
You can ask it to put photos on things or things on things. It's funny. You should try it. Oh, here we go. Chris, why is Ozpost so silly and delivered 2 out of 3 boxes you sent me? Chris, if you have the answer to that question, please let me know. We do have sort of a set answer for this, so all of your boxes would have left at the same time. Obviously, once it leaves here, we unfortunately have no control what happens. And this is another I suppose variable to this whole thing is that some post offices or some outlets won't deliver the whole order unless all boxes are together. No one can seem to answer me why that's the case for some areas and not all. Chris, to answer your question, I have no idea. We do send a lot via Australia Post, and I wish I could have that answer, but unfortunately I don't. Great question, though. Same thing happens with Team Global Express as well. Yeah. We got a real angry message the other week. I think it was a comment on one of our ads saying that, he was really excited to receive his order had been shipped, and then it was via Ozpost, and like obviously the Ozpost in his area is not too great, but we've actually, touch wood, we had some problems during the week with an order being damaged. I've had a couple of orders being damaged, but we sent out however many thousand, and like a vast majority of them kept there safely. Sometimes things happen, but Chris said, I'm sure the second one will come today. All good. The other thing as well, Chris, on the Australia Post label, it will say parcel 1, parcel 2, parcel 3. That's always another, because we can determine what, like if you're having trouble or you're not sure what's still to come or whatever, there's so many questions. You relay that information to us, we can then search in our system and say, oh yeah, that your bucket of Trojan, that's what you're waiting on, or, that's what's in that. Because what happens sometimes, and this has happened in the past, is that someone at Black Friday will order like 15 products, right? And, 15 products, depending what they are, that might be 6 or so boxes, right? I remember this one guy, bless his cotton socks, one box rocked up, right? And he was like, he emailed in and distressed, he'd spent, I don't know, a couple $100 maybe, maybe a few $100, And he goes, where's my order? And, we broke it. We got his details and had a look, and he said, oh, well, box 1's been delivered, and the other, however many boxes, looks like they're in Melbourne, for example, and he lives in wherever. He goes, well, if I had known it wasn't going to come all in one box, I wouldn't have ordered it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. That's a big box. You're looking at a fridge box, like, for his whole order to come in one thing. And I understand that people want their stuff, but yeah, if you want to do a big order and send it on a pallet, we can definitely organise that. Hit us up. All right, Reno Kennedy. I bought Trojan and a seller for an exclamation mark. I want to do Reno and Adelaide. What steps do you recommend? Well, that's a great question. I'll definitely not do it today. Definitely not today, would be Dylan. No renovations today.
No. Well, not in Adelaide anyway.
No, not, well, he's in Adelaide, so definitely not today. I would wait for the weather to be more consistent, wait for the warmer soil temps to come up. I'd probably get a Celeprin down sooner rather than later, but not while it's this wet and windy. And then I'd get Trojan down a couple of weeks for your Reno. So, either late September, early October or mid-October. Get the Trojan down a couple of weeks beforehand, then do the Reno because, like I mentioned at the start of the podcast, the Trojan will be in the soil, actively feeding the lawn will be actively growing, and it'll be a shorter turnaround time for recovery. All right. Losing my voice. I've drunk my labelless water. It does come with a label. We just rip it off, because
that's trade secrets.
Yeah, trade secrets, and we need a water sponsor.
Hit us up.
Surely we can get a trend going or something. So, anyway, that is going to wrap up this week's episode of episode 82 of Lawnhub Live After Lunch. Next week, Dylan, who's here next week?
Just you.
Just me again.
I'm pretty sure. I think the big man's away.
Yeah. Yes, he is away.
We'll have to get Tex in for a post-game interview.
I think Tex tied up with Triple M, so I'm not sure we'll be high on the priority list there. Oh, man, I've got to go to Lonsdale next Friday morning. It's going to be a big day for me.
What, Lonsdale?
Barbecue
tomorrow morning. I mean Friday morning.
Next Friday. Yeah.
That's fun.
Fuck, I'm gonna have that's rough. Because I got the footy. I may as well go to the footy. I may as well go to Lonsdale from the footy on Thursday night.
Yeah, and get like a room.
And sleep in the room upstairs at Lonsdale. Far out. I'm gonna be.
That's still a decent drive from the Oval, though. Like,
yeah, but the same length as to Lonsdale to Adelaide Oval as it is from Adelaide Oval to my house. Far out. I'm gonna have to try and work some magic there, I think, because I'm going there Tuesday as well. PJ just said my biggest issue is watering in, as I don't have irrigation. What's the best way to determine the correct watering in mark using a hose? That's a great question, PJ. Clint has answered this question many times before. So a hose will put out, say, 20 to 26 litres a minute. And what we need to do, Dylan, is we need to clip this, right? Not to remake a video, but clip it as in we need to find where Clint talks about how much water goes out via a hose and how long to stand in an area for each time. He's talked about it before. We need to find it.
Okay.
And we need to clip it.
Okay.
And then when PJ asks this question again, we can go, we've got a video for you. Here it is.
Okay. Might need a bit more context to find that.
What do you mean? I just gave you all the context.
You did. You're right. I'll figure it out.
PJ, what I'll do is, because he talks about like how much litre turns to mil in the soil and all this sort of stuff. It's really quite mesmerising. It's probably in the somewhat in the irrigation training.
So it would be its own video, not a clip within like a podcast.
Yeah, it's a clip within a podcast.
Jesus.
But we could also just get Clint on the green screen and talking about watering your lawn with a hose and how it works.
We definitely could.
Yeah. Can we make that a thing?
We can make that.
So people like PJ have an answer because
PJ will sort you out, mate.
Because Clint answers that question better than anyone I've ever experienced. So
Clint's the waterman.
He's the waterman. All right. Oh, Linda, she's back. Tassie cool season grass worries me going into summer this season is the best it's ever looked using your products and really want to do it all I can to keep it as best. Linda, that's great to hear. My recommendation for you would be more frequent applications of wetting agent, so wet or BBW. Make sure you got a good granular fertilizer going out, so like Trojan, or if you're looking for something more balanced, you could look at using Got Laid. And then roots and shoots as well to help with the stress of the heat. In saying that, depending on how old the cool season grass is that you've got, the cultivars coming out now of ryegrass, fescue, and all those sorts of things are so much more drought and weather tolerant. Like, it's just crazy. So, like, Adelaide Oval's 100%, or it's not. Sorry, that's a lie. I lied to the people. It's not 100% ryegrass because it's stitched with plastic fibers. But ryegrass is the predominant. It's about 90% ryegrass out there. MCG at the moment, that's ryegrass. So ryegrass, for example, can withstand the heat much better now than it could 20, 30 years ago in the Aussie sun. But yes, Linda, wetting agent, good granular fertilizer. Make sure you keep the water up to it, and roots and shoots. Sounds like the Lawn Builder Pack.
Available now at lawnhub.com.au.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. It's 3:50 Adelaide time. The wind has just hit. It's
can hear it now.
Raining sideways. The building's shaking. I'm going to write the weekly cut, and then I'm going to head home. So have a great weekend. Stay dry. Stay safe. If you're down here in the southern part of Australia, northern part of Australia, not sure what it's doing up there. Haven't looked recently, but it's probably warm and sunny. And we're jealous. So
yeah,
cool. All right, have a good weekend. See you next week.
See ya.
Up the Crowies.
Up the crumb.